Hello everyone, we have a wonderful corporate real estate broker who's been in California in the city of Fremont for almost 35 years, and he has been wonderfully supporting the community through Festival of Globe, the fog powered by Dr. Romesh Chapra. Let's talk to him and find out more about his latest views on the system that of governance, the politics, the education, and the culture, of course, since Fog supports culture a lot. Right. Welcome to Yo India TV with me, Jasleen Khanuja. How's the feel at this Valentine's event in New York?
You know, it's a wonderful feeling. The spirit of Valentine's is well and alive. And Jasleen, thank you for certainly covering this event. And I think Yo India is off to a humongous start. And I wish you the very best. And I think you're doing remarkably well. If there's one thing about Jasleen, you're a hardworking person. You are absolutely a professional in what you do. And I think Yo India is destined for great stuff and great things. Thank you for giving this opportunity today.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure hearing good about you yourself, no doubt, as it would be for anyone else.
Yeah.
So tell us about what's the most pressing issue in Fremont these days, especially for the youngsters.
You know, that's a very good question, Jasleen. The message that I want to communicate to people, not only for Fremont, but for the young people across the Bay Area, Silicon Valley, California, and the United States in general, there is a tremendous trust deficit. There is not a clarity about our hopes and our aspirations for the future. There's a tremendous amount of uncertainty. America has always been a country in which we have lived the ideals of immigrants. Today, our very existence is under attack. It's still unclear. So my hope would be to those young students that are growing and becoming a part and parcel of our communities to believe in the infinite dream of America. The potential that we have is unprecedented in scope. And no matter what the political paradigm might be, we must acknowledge that America has to become a better country, and we as immigrants, the first generation, the second generation, have a significant role that we have to play. So my request to the children would be, focus on getting the best education you can possibly get. Whatever your chosen field is, shoot for the stars, aspire for greatness. Because the greatest fabric of America will be the immigrants who are going to come back and forge a new identity, a new paradigm. And the second thing I would come back and say is, understand the impact of having a political voice. Being involved in the political process is vital. Vital because having a voice means that as an immigrant, your journey is legitimized. As first and second generation immigrants, we have forged an identity in America. Our children will grow knowing that they never have to beg for a seat at the table. The question will be, will they keep a seat at the table? That's why having a political voice is so important. And if one thing that listeners of Yo India can walk away from is that having a voice is so important. We have to become the margin of victory. And when you become the margin of victory with a political voice, you forge consensus, and even in the instances where there's disagreements, you forge solutions. Simple decisions, Jasleen. The education our children get in our schools, how much we pay for health care, what we pay for our cable bills, the maintenance of our roads, how quickly police responds to crimes are all political decisions. Why would we not want to get involved in the political process? So to the children, build a coalition of partners, build communities, and forge a leadership role. And I believe that the political voice for our community is just the beginning.
So, there is a leadership curriculum in most of the schools here. I think it's starting middle school. Mm-hmm. So if children pursue that and, get engaged, would that be helpful?
It's a start. An education is the basic essence of what you need. A curriculum at school that offers you certain choices in middle school, and as you go in, you take advanced classes. But situations such as debate, drama, the arts, that constant nourishment of ideas is what I believe is what our children need. Whether it's arts or music or coding, it's that agglomeration of a mindset and a personality that forges leaders. I've always believed that an education is a very personal choice. Every child will find their own yearning. What we have to do is we have to mold it, we have to nurture it, and we have to give it an identity and let the child forge its own path of success. So as a part of that, education is certainly important. But I believe that we have a responsibility to build our environment such that our children can strive to become leaders, leaders of small groups of people, larger groups of people, and frankly, contributors in the larger context to our communities.
So your message is creating great leaders,
Yep.
yeah, and especially from the immigrant group.
Immigrant communities, America is a land of immigrants. Our children are going to grow up to become leaders of tomorrow. I often remind people about the victory of Ro Khanna. Ro Khanna's win was phenomenal for the fact that our legacy is legitimized by the fact that we won a congressional seat. But I think the greatest gift that Ro Khanna's win was a new generation of voters, a new generation of people who believed in the infinite power of public service. And that is our identity. I want to share something with you. I was just talking to a friend of mine. Today in the United States, 60 people are running for higher elected office, Jasleen. Years ago, it's lonely. A handful of people here or there. And today, when Harmesh Kumar is running for governor, people will often come back and say, wow, at least he's making the plunge to run it. Win or lose, he's inspiring a bunch of people to get involved in the political process. But our time is now. This is our legacy, but our children will forge even a greater future. And I think America is just seeing a remarkable, remarkable sense of involvement from our community, because we're no longer focused on just technology and healthcare. We're focusing on alternative careers. We want to be the leaders we're capable of, and ensuring that we continue to become even bigger leaders.
Wonderful. What message would you want to give to the viewers as a realtor now?
Well, my work is commercial real estate. That's what I do for a living. I believe the economy has its ups and downs. What will always remain constant is real estate. You can never create new real estate. So values for real estate, whether it's residential or commercial, I'm a commercial agent focused on corporate real estate, so that's my niche. But real estate is a constant. It can only go up. It can never go wide. So is there an opportunity? Cycles happen. But for those that are looking to invest, I would say look for the right opportunity, and whoever you work with, count upon them as professionals, take their input and advice. There's a premium for good work and a good broker. So I would say trust your brokers, trust your agents unconditionally, and they can help forge a real estate portfolio that works for you.
Wonderful. That was a great advice as a professional and as a good citizen, and you're trying to create great leaders and great citizens. So thank you so much and really appreciate your time.
Jasleen, thank you very much as well for Yo India. If you can continue to be the beacon of voice for us, you will be in the community, you'll be talking to different organizations, different events, and join us in helping our community understand that getting involved, registering to vote, and making sure that we vote in our primary and general elections, both in a presidential and non-presidential year, are very, very important. So if you can continue to have this announcement on a public service announcement basis, I think Yo India will play a critical role in our political voice. So thank you for that.
Really appreciate it. I'm totally with you. And yes,
Thank you.
Go and vote. Never lose your right to vote.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
Yo India.